Hey guys, so I have a question on one of my previous videos, and the viewer asked, he said, "Hey Andrew, why do you feel like you had to leave work or leave LA and come back home in order for you to do your own thing? Couldn't you just keep a job and still do things on the side or still run a business on the side?" And to answer that question, black and white, the answer is both yes and both no. Now, if you work a corporate job or a job where you could just work 9 to 5, then it's a little bit more realistic for you to have a side business because you're in at 9, you're out at 5, no extra work, and you basically just, it's just seat time, right? You just get paid for those hours you're out, and it's just clockwork. So if you have one of those jobs, then yeah, you know that okay, at 5:30 when I get home, it'll take me 7. I'm gonna eat, shower, and then I have 7:30 to about 1, 2 in the morning if I want to. However, for me, I didn't have one of those jobs. I was working like 14, 15, 18-hour days. So just from that standpoint alone, I couldn't. And also, there's another reason why I decided not to, because, for those of you who don't know, I'm 22 years old, and I'm at a point in my life where I don't have any, girlfriend, I don't have kids, I don't have really any responsibilities or much bills to pay. So I'm at a point in my life where I could take a little bit of risks and I could just leave a job cold turkey like that and come back home, because realistically I dropped out of college, but I'm 22 right now. So it's just like I finished college in the eyes of, my parent or whatever. So that question reminded me of a famous book that's always recommended called Think and Grow Rich. And the premise of the book Think and Grow Rich is that, or a quote that he used in that book is that sometimes you have to burn the boats. And it's just a famous story about a conqueror who, he invaded, I forgot exactly what country, but he invaded the country nonetheless, and he burned the boats behind him. He told his men, hey, we have no choice but to take over this island or nation or whatever. And I think that's the same principle that applies to when you want to start on a new journey. Now, if you're watching this and you have kids and bills to pay and mortgages and car notes and things like that, well, obviously it's not realistic for you to just leave a job and have no guaranteed income. That would be pretty stupid for you to do. Now, I don't have that, so I can do that. So everything's a case-by-case basis. Nothing, and you'll realize nothing in this world is ever one size fits all. You have to look at your situation, your unique circumstances, and then you have to make a executive order to what you want to do. Right? So I looked at my situation and say, hey, I'm 22. If I don't leave my job now, it's like I just left college, right? I just graduated college, and everybody would be supportive, and I have no really bills to pay, and I could really start my journey with a couple of $1,000 in my bank account. As opposed to, but if my situation was, hey, I have a wife in Los Angeles, I have a kid on the way, rent is $1,400 a month. It would have been a different outcome. I would have to make a different decision, right? But at the end of the day, my main goal is to be an entrepreneur. And I feel like there's a point in your life where you kind of have to make that leap and burn the boats behind you and say, hey, this is what my calling is. This is what I want to do. So I'm going to go full in, and there's no way out, right? No going back to LA for me, no going back to Cali, no, none of that. Because my calling was this, and I jumped full feet, both feet into it. So to sum up the video, the answer is sometimes you really just have to commit, right? So if you're if you're on a health journey, correct, sometimes you have to throw out all the junk food in your house, right? Or if you want to quit smoking, sometimes you just have to throw the cigarette. Sometimes you have to lose in order to win, right? I was in a good position, good situation, and for me to reach that next level, I had to come back down a little bit to go up a different way. It's the same thing with school. With school, I was always a good student. People go, I wasn't a good student. And for the most part, I was a great student. I had a great memory. I could, I could read my textbook an hour before class, remember it, walk in, take the exam, 100, easy. However, I knew that those skills, right, although they made me a Dean's List college student, wasn't going to make me a millionaire in real life. So I had to drop out, had to go back to come up a little bit, right? And when I dropped out, I came up a lot. I ended up in Cali, meeting all type of celebrities and traveling all the world. Now I realized, okay, I got a mentor I learned, and that brought me to this level. But in order for me to be that mentor to somebody else, I have to come down and I have to come back up, right? Because I have to apply everything that I've learned. So, in summary, there is no one-size-fit-all answers. Everybody who's watching this has a different circumstance. And if being an entrepreneur is something that you want to do, you have to first look at your circumstances and be like, hey, what am I doing that's going to bring me closer to my goal? And what am I doing that's bringing me further away from your goal? And then you have to adjust. So I hope this video helps. And just remember, sometimes you just have to burn the boats. So go out there and burn those motherfucking boats. See you next time.